WTOP-10 Nightly News. We say goodbye to a well-known SUNY Oswego faculty member.
Hunting safety statistics were released. See what made this year unique.
And when it goes dark because of the total solar eclipse, some SUNY Oswego students will shine.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Seth Appleby.
And I'm Aurora Fitzgerald.
Today, SUNY Oswego hosted a farewell reception for former officer in charge and current deputy to the president for strategy and planning, Mary C. Toll. The reception comes after SUNY Geneseo announced that Toll will be assuming the role of provost and vice president of academic affairs at the university.
Toll has been employed at SUNY Oswego since 2014 and has assumed various leadership roles like acting vice president of student affairs in 2021 and is also a tenured professor of communications. Toll will assume her new role at Geneseo starting March 28th.
SUNY Oswego is giving students the opportunity to connect with potential employers.
WTOP-10 reporter Emily Mike tells us what's happening and how to make the most of it.
Thank you, guys. SUNY Oswego is hosting a career and internship fair. The event is open to students of all years and majors and will take place in Marano Campus Center's Sweatman Gym. This event has been organized by Compass Career Services. More than 100 local, regional, and national organizations will be present at this event, and all will provide students the opportunity to network, gain insight, and receive information about possibilities for employment. It's never too early to explore the prospects for future careers. The event will take place tomorrow, which is Wednesday, March 6th, from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. With WTOP-10, I'm Emily Mike. Back to you guys at the desk.
Oswego is one of the lucky towns to experience the upcoming total solar eclipse this coming April. SUNY Oswego was chosen to join the National Eclipse Ballooning Project to conduct weather balloon launches throughout the time of the eclipse to measure the atmospheric conditions before, during, and after this phenomenon. For more information on how you can prepare for the event and hear students' experiences, visit oswego.edu/eclipse.
Nominations are now open for 2024 Student Leadership Ceremony. The Student Leadership Ceremony recognizes students whose involvement in the campus has made SUNY Oswego and the community a better place. The ceremony will take place on April 4th in the Sheldon Ballroom at 6 p.m. and will include performances, food, and refreshments. Students are encouraged to nominate fellow deserving students for their awards.
It's been windy but warm these past few days, which is especially odd this early into the year.
Let's take a quick look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Bradley Jacobs.
Thank you guys, back over at the desk. And some major headlines today we're looking at is the temperatures were above average once again for the day, making our top headline. And looking ahead in the week, there's a cold front inbound that's going to bring some inclement weather to us overnight and into tomorrow and across portions of eastern New York tomorrow. There's going to be a wet weekend ahead. And then I heard from Mother Nature, I got a call this morning about some potential snow next week. All this and more in my full weather forecast ahead. But for now, back to you guys over at the desk.
It is officially Maple Month, and on SUNY Oswego's Instagram, students from the Office of Sustainability demonstrated how to tap a tree to get fresh maple syrup. During this Maple Month, Governor Hochul highlights the thriving maple industry in New York. New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets Commissioner Richard A. Ball visited a family-owned farm in Tully, New York for an annual maple tree tapping and more.
Late winter is pothole season for central New York, and local drivers are starting to feel the rough roads hit their wallets. These holes in the road caused by freezing and thawing moisture are causing damage to about 20% of cars, according to a AAA study last year. And researchers estimate that pothole damage is up by 57% nationally. Automotive experts urge drivers to check their tires and pay attention to the road to avoid sustaining damage to the potholes.
Syracuse's own star Jeanette Epps gives out a shout out to her hometown following the launch with NASA's Crew 8 mission. After 2 launch delays due to weather, the launch was finally successful on Sunday evening. Epps was chosen as an astronaut by NASA in 2009, is now a mission specialist for Crew 8 for her first space lift. Epps and her crewmates are anticipated to dock at the International Space Station in the early hours of Tuesday morning and take over for Crew 7 for a 6-month stay at the ISS.
According to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, there were only 12 hunting-related shooting incidents in 2023. This ties 2019 in second fewest incidents on record. Of these 12 incidents, 2 were fatal, both resulting from carrying loaded firearms while not actively hunting. Most incidents occur when climbing or descending a ladder, including 8 in 2023. Because of this, tree stand safety is a regular part of the hunter education course required for all first-time hunters.
Coming up later tonight, find out what country airdropped aid in Gaza.
Former President Trump is asking for in the E. Jean Carroll case after the break.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Good evening, everyone. I'm your WTOP-10 Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Bradley Jacobs. And tonight we're going to start off our forecast by looking at today on this day in history. And today's date, March 5th of 2024, back in 1960, parts of eastern Massachusetts saw their biggest snowstorm ever with 27.2 inches of snow falling in the Blue Hill Observatory in Massachusetts over a 24-hour period. And going back to today with seeing near record-breaking highs again, very unseasonably. Just crazy how the weather can change in a matter of just over 64 years later. Taking a look at our current conditions right now, we've got mostly overcast skies right now. Temperature set about 52 degrees. Winds are from the southeast, about 13 miles per hour. Pressure is right about below 1,000 millibars as we're expecting some rain inbound within the next hour or so as the cold front starts to approach. Dew points at about 47 degrees, humidity about 85%. Then the sunrise for tomorrow morning looking like 6:33 a.m. and the sunset at 6:02 p.m. And taking a look over at the precipitation, no precipitation yet as no rain has fallen quite yet. Now looking over at our temperatures across New York State here. So out in western New York and along the shores of Lake Ontario, we're mainly sitting pretty in the 50s right about here. Rochester is still about 60 degrees for 9 o'clock at night is very impressive. And then taking a look farther east here over to the Mohawk Valley, southern tier, and then towards the capital region, we're seeing about the high to mid 40s. So again, still very above season for our temperatures this time of year, even for our lows. Now again, ahead looking at the next 5 days here or so, The precipitation, again, we do have a cold front coming across the region tomorrow. So as you can see that here with the precipitation, a lot of the region is going to see quite the bit of rain tomorrow, near about 1/4 of an inch of rain in some areas. Thursday, Friday, no look of precipitation. It's going to be mostly sunny for those days, as we'll see here in the 7-day forecast, with rainfall returning around the weekend. Now taking a look at our 7 days here up for Oswego. Tomorrow we're going to have that cold front come on through. It's going to knock off the temperatures, as you can see here. Heading into Thursday and Friday, it's going to be partly cloudy, mostly sunny. Temperatures are going to start to rebound just a little bit. And then looking into the weekend, we're going to have some more rain, predominantly more on Sunday than Saturday. Now, the key thing to note here, if you remember my little snow call here earlier in the show, Sunday night we're looking at 43 for a high, and into the night we're going down into 31. So that's below the freezing temperature mark. So Sunday night into Monday, there is that potential for some snow showers to fall. Anything that does fall should be gone by Tuesday, as our highs are getting back into the 40s here. And that's all for my full weather forecast tonight. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Bradley. Former President Donald Trump is asking for a discount in his E. Jean Carroll defamation case. Trump lawyers say that the $83.3 million jury award to Carroll far exceeds other verdicts and should be lowered. Judge Lewis Kaplan is weighing Trump's request to give him more time to post bond on the settlement. Carroll opposed the request, saying Trump hasn't shown that he can make the payment. In addition, Trump's attorneys are attempting to have their client granted a new trial. Court filings today claim that Kaplan wrongly prevented Trump from defending himself while on the stand.
GOP Senator John Barrasso has decided not to make a bid to replace Senator Mitch McConnell as Senate Minority Leader. According to The Hill, Barrasso will instead run for the party's whip, the Senate's number 2 GOP spot. Senator John Thune correctly holds that position and is running to replace McConnell. Senator John Cornyn also announced he is running for the job. McConnell, who's been in the Senate Republican leader since 2007, announced he's stepping down later this year.
The second of 2 parents charged in relation to their son's deadly actions in 2021 will go on trial this week. The unprecedented cases are expanding the definition of who can be held accountable for a mass shooting. Laura Aguirre has more.
He's charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter for the actions of his son.
This is James Crumbley, father of Oxford High School shooter Ethan Crumbley, at a hearing in Oakland County, Michigan last month. Now, just weeks after his wife Jennifer was convicted on the same charges, jury selection is underway in his trial. In November 2021, his son, Ethan Crumbley, then 15, opened fire at Oxford High School, killing 4 classmates and wounding 6 others, plus a teacher. Ethan pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and other charges. He's now serving life without parole. His parents were also charged in direct connection with the rampage, a first in a mass shooting case in the U.S.
We find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
Legal experts say Jennifer's verdict has potential implications for her husband's trial. Prosecutors accuse James of gross negligence for giving a gun to his son. When Ethan pleaded guilty in 2022, he confirmed his father bought him a weapon.
Is it true that the firearm that you used on November the 30th was purchased on November the 26th, 2021 by your father, James Crumbley?
Yes.
Ethan's texts and journal entries show both parents were dismissive of his pleas for help.
I have zero help for my mental problems, and it's causing me to shoot up school. My parents won't listen to me about help or a therapist. I actually asked my dad to take me to the doctor yesterday, but he just gave me some pills and told me to suck it up.
James Crumbley has pleaded not guilty. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
At his pre-trial hearing in February, a judge denied James Crumbley's request for a change in venue. Crumbley's attorney argued that James could not get a fair trial in the county where the shooting occurred because the community was so widely affected by his son's attack.
The Department of Education hands out its largest fine ever to a college for not reporting crime. Liberty University in Virginia will have to pay $14 million. Officials say the Christian college failed to maintain and disclose campus crime statistics. Prospective students frequently consider the safety of a campus when selecting schools. Liberty University promised the Department of Education it would fix the problem. The United States and Jordan are providing more aid to Gaza. The U.S. military teamed with members of the Royal Jordanian Air Force, today the air dropped more than 36,000 meals into northern Gaza. Today's mission comes days after the United States air dropped more than 38,000 meals along the Gaza coastline. U.S. Central Command says the airdrops are part of a sustained effort to get more aid into Gaza. That includes expanding aid deliveries overland.
Coming up, Miami Beach is breaking up with spring break.
Also, learn why Meta platforms shut down.
Wynwood neighborhood.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. Fitness company Bowflex has filed for bankruptcy. The nearly 4-decade-old company is best known for its commercials in the 1990s that were considered a staple of late-night television. Bowflex blamed its bankruptcy on the post-pandemic environment and the persistent macroeconomics headwinds. Other makers of home-based fitness equipment have been struggling following the pandemic as Americans rush back into the gym.
Meta platforms, including Facebook and Instagram, went down this morning for thousands of users. At least 500,000 Facebook users reported issues logging in or accessing the site. Some users found they had been logged out of their Facebook account, and Instagram users could not load their feed. But by early afternoon, the platforms were back up and running and attributed the outage to a technical issue.
Not everyone is excited for the upcoming spring break season. The city of Miami Beach announced stricter rules for college students and tourists this month, implementing curfews, bag checks, road closures, and more officer patrols. Christina Vasquez reports.
Wynwood Walls is right there.
All right, everybody, follow me.
In Miami's Wynwood neighborhood.
There's a lot of venues, a lot of private restaurants.
Guides lead tours along its world-famous murals.
It features many of the artists, it just adds to the beauty.
As college kids on spring break from Arizona dine and shop.
We're not really like the crazy spring breakers.
When it comes to this.
We're breaking up with you.
Have you heard about what Miami Beach is doing?
The curfews and stuff? Yes.
Curfews, bag checks, and restricted beach access.
Maybe we can talk when you're done with your spring break phase.
Do you think there'll be more people that come here and shop at businesses here because of what's happening in Miami Beach?
For sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, I would say so, yeah.
I think it offers like the culture that Miami almost is like perceived to have.
Just getting ready for a great spring break, and I'm looking forward to people coming to Miami and enjoying it.
Sven Voklin, who owns several restaurants and venues in Miami, to include 1-800-LUCKY in Wynwood, says March is their busiest month.
We were curious, if you're a business in Miami, are you thinking, oh, maybe they'll come over here?
I hope so. We're open for business, and Wynwood loves the clients, and if Miami Beach doesn't want them, we'll be happy to take them.
We want people to party and have a good time, however, in a respectful manner.
Miami Police Captain Freddie Cruz says you can expect to see heavy uniformed patrols in Miami's entertainment districts, to include Wynwood.
We're just asking everyone, if they are going to come to the city of Miami or Dade County, have a good time, but please respect the rules, respect the laws, and just have fun.
The city is also enforcing a flat rate parking fee of $30 for garages and surface lots. In the famed South Beach area, towing is now doubled to $516 for cars parked in restricted areas.
Drinking diet soda and sugary drinks could boost your risk of a dangerous heart condition. According to a new study, one medium-sized fast food diet soda a day can raise the risk of an irregular heartbeat called atrial fibrillation, or AFib, by 20%. AFib can lead to stroke, blood clots, heart failure, and increase the risk of dementia and kidney disease.
Secondhand smoke isn't just bad for the people around you, it can also put your dog at a great risk for cancer. Researchers studied Scottish Terriers exposed to cigarette smoke at home. The study found that being exposed to cigarette smoke made Scotties 6 times as likely to develop bladder cancer. Experts recommend quitting smoking and changing out of smoky clothes before getting close to your dog. Coming up in sports, it's Cameron Carvalho.
Hey Cameron, can you give us a quick preview?
Absolutely. Coming up after the break, some great successes for Oswego's women's sports team, plus a new development with a top player on the New York Giants. All that and more coming up right after this.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Dude, we're going on like 11:30.
Welcome back to WTOP-10. My name is Cameron Carvalho, and I'm here with your day's sports report. Lexi Levy and Simone Bednarik from the SUNY Oswego women's hockey team have been named to the SUNYAC All-Conference second team. Levy posted an impressive .943 save percentage on the season, and her 1.73 goals allowed per game placed her third in SUNYAC in both categories. Bednarik was an assist machine with 13 assists on the season, which was tied for the most on the team. Bednarik made the all-conference second team in the NEWHL last year. The SUNY Oswego women's lacrosse team blew out SUNY Canton today 17-5. The Lakers' Madison Davis netted the first goal of the game, and the scoring went back and forth until Oswego was up 5-3. Then, the Lakers rattled off 11 goals in a row to put the game out of reach for the Kangaroos. The Lakers improved to 2-2 on the season and next play away at Grove City College on Saturday. The New York Giants have declined to place the franchise tag on star running back Saquon Barkley. The franchise tag would have cost the Giants $12.1 million and guaranteed that he would return to the team for another year. Barkley, who has expressed desire to stay with the Giants, will hit the free agent market and be eligible to be signed by any team when the new NFL season begins on March 13th. The New York Rangers lost 4-2 last night against the league-leading Florida Panthers. The game was tied at 2 going into the third period until Ryan Lomberg put the Panthers ahead a little over 6 minutes into the final period. The Panthers scored again on an empty net in the final minute. The Rangers still lead the Metro Division by 6 points and next play against the Blues on March 9th.
Welcome back to
Moving on to the NBA, the shorthanded Memphis Grizzlies took on the Brooklyn Nets last night. Miles Bridges started the game off with a 3, but it was a quiet night for him. Dennis Schroeder sets up a really nice lob to Nick Claxton. Schroeder would finish with a game-high 9 assists. A pass from Miles Bridges is intercepted, and the Grizzlies slowly take it down the court, and a nice Euro step gets a made layup for them. But Lonnie Walker IV would intercept the pass, split the defense, and emphatically throw it down to Jam on the other side. Nick Claxton goes to dunk, but is rejected, and a quick fast break by the Grizzlies ends with a tough and one layup made. But the player of the game for the Grizzlies was none other than Luke Kennard. He finished with 25 points on the day, on 6 for 9 shooting from 3 and 8 for 11 from the field overall. A loose ball set up Dennis Smith Jr. as a dunk god himself for a wide open slam dunk near the end of the game. But again late, Kennard would burn the nets from deep, hitting another three-pointer, and the Grizzlies kept their lead throughout the entire game, taking it 106-102. That's it for my sports report. Stick around for more news after this quick break.
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up with that one.
Matthew,
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Welcome back. The World Championship Cheese Contest is underway. It kicked off this morning in Madison, Wisconsin.
A group of international judges will evaluate more than 3,300 cheese, yogurt, butter, and dry dairy products over the next 2 days. The Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association has held this event every other year since 1957.
There is no cash prize for making the best cheese. The makers behind the products will have some bragging rights. The public is invited to stop by and watch the evaluations taking place.
People can even get their hands on some free samples. The world champion is crowned on Thursday.
Now I gotta ask, Bradley, is the weather looking nice and Gouda?
Yes, the weather is looking nice and good. After we get by this cold front here, Thursday, Friday, heading into the weekend will be nice, but then expect the weather not to look as good as the weekend comes itself.
And that's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for the interview show.
Thank you for watching and have a great night, everyone.
Nice, good job.